course, James Gunn, he's cooking. I mean, we already talked about Peacemaker, about how he's crushing it with Peacemaker. Superman was a giant success for them with everything they needed it to accomplish, and they did it. Everybody's excited about the Lantern series, Supergirl, Clayface, but we know there's a lot more to come. And now, James Gunn, who has said previously that we're not going to officially announce any movie or announce any green light until we have a fully completed, ready-to-shoot script. Well, now, according to a new story and interview with James Gunn, they may be there, as he's saying he's right on the cusp of being ready to announce 2 new movies and a new HBO series. This comes to us from the folks over at Screen Rant, who wrote the following. In a new interview with GQ magazine, Gunn was asked if he could share any new updates about his new interconnected universe and tease anything new that he hasn't already discussed in the past. As he's getting ready for Man of Tomorrow, which is the next film in the Superman saga, the DC Studios co-CEO teased 2 future movies and an untitled TV show close to being greenlit. James Gunn said, right now, there's actually 2 really cool film scripts that I'm hoping to take to the next level that we have general plans for, and I'm excited for both of these. And then I'm excited about one TV project in particular. I don't know why we're not greenlighted on it already. It's just figuring out the budget. So there's a couple of things that are very present and I'm excited about, dealing with getting Supergirl into shape and all these other things. So here he is, Rob, talking about the fact that, all right, we've got 2 that were right on the cusp of greenlighting, and we've got a television project that I don't even know why we haven't greenlit it yet already, because we're just putting the last little spreadsheets together on the budget and all that kind of stuff. This, of course, is going to be very exciting for everybody, but it raises the question and allows us as fans to do our favorite things, which is to speculate. What are the 2 movies he's about to greenlight? And maybe more mysterious is, what's the series he's about to greenlight? So I want to throw a couple of options out here that could be the movies he's about to greenlight. All right. One of them, I think, is Batman Brave and the Bold. I think that's one of the ones that obviously this is one that has been in the pipe for a long time. He's talked about the fact in past months that the script is really coming together and everything like that. Getting Batman on screen is something you've got to do sooner rather than later with a brand new DC cinematic universe. You've got to get that underway. So I really believe that one of those projects is going to be Batman. That leaves 2 other spots, or one other spot. One of the potential ones for that other spot is another film he's said they've been kind of, fast tracking, which is a Wonder Woman project. We've known for a while they've already got a writer on board for it. We know James Gunn has said that Wonder Woman is a priority for them. We know that the script has already been in development for a while. So I think on top of that Batman Brave and the Bold, I think the other one could be Wonder Woman. But the other potential one for that extra spot could be Booster Gold. It could be Booster Gold. They may want to give more time to cook their Wonder Woman project. And there's been a lot of whispers and ruminations about a Booster Gold thing. Obviously, a Booster Gold is a character that I think would fit very well into a James Gunn cinematic universe for DC. So those are the ones that I think he's getting ready to announce. Rob, what do you think are some of the potential candidates? He said there's 2 films. I'm right on the cusp of being ready to greenlight. What do you think those films could be? And then I didn't get to mine yet, but then what do you think the series could be? Because on top of that, he's saying he's got a series ready to go for HBO. What do you see as the candidates for all of those?
Well, I mean, I think that, like you pointed out, the obvious ones would be the movies that they've been talking about previously. And Wonder Woman and Booster Gold, I think, are obvious candidates, but Brave and the Bold would be, I would see that as the priority, getting the Batman character up and running. I would think that would be of importance. But the other one that somebody mentioned at some point was a Teen Titans movie.
Right.
And that's a team film that they could look. I'm a huge Teen Titans fan. I would love to see them do a film that kind of skews closer to the Marv Wolfman, George Perez Teen Titans that I mean, a lot James Gunn's really influenced by the 80s DC universe, and I loved the Teen Titans from that era. And I could see a lot less darker than what they put on what this was it CW? No,
Right.
was it that show was okay, but I would love to see so that's what I think that the potential could be, because I think that would really it's a team um comic, but or team movie, but it also has many different kinds of characters. So it's got that James Gunn flavor to it, even though I'm sure someone else will direct it. So that's what I think. I think Teen Titans could be a dark horse candidate for a movie that they're going to make, but I don't know.
So here's the thing for the series, there's a couple of options. One, it's already kind of been suggested that Booster Gold could be a series. I'm just saying, because remember, James Gunn has not made anything official. I think Booster Gold may actually end up being a movie. I think Booster Gold will actually end up being a movie. So again, I have no insider information on that. I'm just saying I'm kind of looking at the tea leaves, and I'm thinking Booster Gold may not end up being a series. I think it'll end up being a movie. So
unless they did a Blue and the Gold, a Blue Beetle Booster Gold.
Yep,
series.
Which is something that's something they could absolutely do, because we know he likes Blue Beetle. For the series, I'm going to kind of fall in line with you, but in a different format. I think Titans could be something they do on HBO. Sure. And you know what? And I think it would be Titans. I don't think it'd be Teen Titans.
Right.
I think it'll be Titans, because I mean, I think there's a distinction there. Or even a straight up Nightwing series. It all depends on how old they're going to make Batman. If they're going to have a young Batman, which I kind of hope they don't, and I'll tell you why I hope they don't give us a young Batman. Okay. Like, it's great for Matt Reeves as the Batman universe, because it's great that we have somebody who's just getting started in their Batman career. But in a DC cinematic universe that already exists, where superheroes have been around for a while, if Batman is going to be the man that in the comics Superman says is the most dangerous man in the world, the guy who is always 3 steps ahead of everybody, and he doesn't give a shit that he doesn't have superpowers. He will beat your ass. It don't matter what planet you're from. It don't matter what powers you have. If you're going to I want that Batman. And if we're going to have that Batman, I'm sorry, he can't be 29.
Right.
He can't even be 30. It needs a guy who has been around, who has been in the wars, who is far more experienced, who has far more seasoned. If you're going to give us a Batman that is truly the baddest guy on the block, the one that everybody goes, oh crap, Batman's here? What? Like, if the guy who punches out Green Lanterns, if you're going to give us that Batman, it's got to be a Batman who I think minimum is 40. So if they do give us a Batman that's like 40, 41, 42, Ben Barnes's age, for example, then you could actually go right to a Nightwing series if you wanted to. You could arguably have a 21, 22-year-old Nightwing if you wanted to, and you could have a Nightwing series straight up. Now, if they do go in a different direction and give us a Batman that's like the same age as Superman, like early 30s, maybe late 20s, well, then there goes Nightwing. There's no Nightwing series to do. Not if you're going to have any kind of consistency with comic lore at any rate. Now, I'm okay if they take some liberties, but so yeah, I'm kind of seeing either a Nightwing series, a Titans series, maybe Booster Gold, as being some of the directions they can go. But I'll tell you what, the thing I'm most excited about right now, Rob, is loving Peacemaker, and I love Superman, but I'm now ready to see what's the other side of the DCU going to look like.
Totally.
What is Lanterns going to look like? What is Clayface going to look like? And seeing James Gunn move that needle into the darker areas, into the more, true detective kind of stuff with Lanterns. I'm really curious to see what he does there. And then once we do, maybe we'll have some more ideas about what this HBO series could be. Guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Zapier. One of the biggest game changers of the past year has been AI. But let's be real, just talking about AI doesn't actually make your day any more productive. What does make it more productive is finding tools to put AI to work for you. And that's where Zapier comes in. Zapier is the easiest way to take AI and plug it directly into the apps and processes that you're already using every day. No IT bottlenecks, no complexity, just results. For me, it's been about saving time on repetitive stuff so I can focus on the work that matters and I actually enjoy. And it's not just me. Over 3.4 million companies are already using Zapier to streamline everything from sales and marketing to IT and HR. With their AI orchestration platform, you can connect top AI models like ChatGPT or Claude right into the apps you already use. So whether it's automatically enriching leads, coaching your sales team, or even resolving IT tickets, Zapier makes it simple. Guys, join the 3.4 million companies already automating with Zapier and transform how you work with Zapier and AI. Get started for free by visiting zapier.com/Campea. That's zapier.com/Campea.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because I think it's a tonal issue for me too. I think that Peacemaker and Superman are definitely in terms of they're on one side of a tonal spectrum. And I think the people that maybe aren't digging what James Gunn has been cooking up, it's because of that tonal issue, the humor combined with the whimsy. And I think something like Lanterns I would imagine it's not going to have those elements. So it'll give us, like you said, a different area. And I think that's really important because I think in addition to the characters, the new DC universe has to show that they can tell stories with all different kinds of tones that add to the universe as a whole. I also wanted to throw out a random crazy idea about what a TV series could be. A Maxwell Lord series.
Ooh.
Because,
who is being played by James Gunn's brother
right
now.
And people would scream nepotism, but I love the Maxwell Lord character who founded the Justice League International. And I did not like Pedro Pascal's portrayal of Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 1984. But I think we've already seen Maxwell Lord briefly. We saw him briefly in a picture in Superman, but we saw him briefly in Peacemaker. And doing a show, what's it like to be a captain of industry in the DC universe? And it would allow him to interact with, different countries. We saw little international shenanigans going on in Superman. And he also, he has his own superheroes. I mean, the Justice Gang he finances. So it might not be at first the most appealing thing, but it could really be an interesting way to examine the DC universe that we've never seen before in live action. So maybe. I mean, I'm making this up. I know nothing about this. I'm just thinking I just like the character. I liked him in Justice League International. And I think it'd be really interesting and a way to explore a superhero universe we've never seen before. And if it's an episodic show, and it's a great place where people can come and go, not necessarily cameos, but he could do episodes with characters that are pertinent to fleshing out the universe more.
Well, guys, the question is for you. James Gunn is saying here he's basically on the cusp of announcing 2 new greenlit movies and an HBO series that they're just working out the final details on the budget. What do you guys think those are going to be? What do you hope they will be? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.